Hey y'all, welcome to Peyton Energetics. I'm Peyton, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the history of the STARSEED program. So, as you have probably heard, we are going through a mass explosion of starseeds on the planet right now. We have more starseeds coming in than have ever been on this planet before. So, I thought it was a good idea to go back to basics, because there are so many starseeds who are just waking up to who they are and what they are here on Earth to do, that I thought it was a good idea to talk a little bit about starseed fundamentals. And one of those basics is understanding the history of the starseed program, because this can help you as a starseed understand why you are here and why you signed up for this job, which I know a lot of us are asking ourselves right now. Why did I sign on to this? So let's talk a little bit in today's video about the history of the STARSEED program. And what this means is answers the question of why are starseeds here right now? Because you may have noticed, if you are in the spiritual community, that this is a term that has popped up fairly recently over the past 3 or 4 years and has absolutely exploded lately. So many starseeds, and there are hundreds of millions of us on the planet right now. And a lot of us are starting to question, what am I doing here? What is my mission? Because starseeds tend to feel a very strong pull, not only to be of service, but to do it in a specific way. So understanding why starseeds are here can help you start to connect with your starseed mission. So let's take a step back in history to take a look at why starseeds are here right now. So according to the guides, and if y'all have watched any of my videos, you know that I'm a Pleiadian channel. So most of the insight that I share comes from the Pleiadians, but also from the Syrians, who are also part of my guide team. So according to the Pleiadians, the STARSEED project was a plan that was thought up by our galactic family to help Earth during this very sensitive evolutionary stage it was entering. So the STARSEED program, according to the guides, was first conceived and put into action in the 1940s. And this happened after Earth started to detonate nuclear weapons. Because according to the guides, when a civilization in the galaxy reaches this point in its evolution that it has nuclear technology, the rest of the galaxy starts to pay attention, because the kids have started playing with dangerous toys. And one of the reasons that this attracts so much galactic attention is that the guides tell us that nuclear weapons have the capacity to rip through other dimensions, other realities. So the galactic family starts to pay attention when any civilization reaches this point in its development. And so as Earth started to play with these weapons in the 40s, we started to get a lot of galactic attention. And our galactic family noticed that Earth was on a very dangerous path. So we were on some pretty catastrophic timelines at that point. So what happened is the galactic community was looking for a way to support Earth, to nudge it onto a higher timeline, a timeline that was more beneficial. But it had its hands tied because, as we have talked about in several videos, there is what is known in the galactic community as the non-interference requirements. And what this means is our galactic family is prohibited from interfering with evolving civilizations like us here on Earth for fear of influencing its evolution. So our galactic family couldn't just land their ships and start explaining to us that we were on a pretty catastrophic path. So they had to be a little more clever. So what our galactic family came up with was a way to help without running afoul of the requirements against interference. So they came up with this plan that they would send volunteers from some of the advanced races to incarnate on Earth, to live as human, And by doing so, these volunteers would be anchoring their galactic frequency, the frequency of their soul, which was from a very advanced star civilization, into the Earth grid system. So what this would do is it would start to raise the vibration of Earth legitimately, without anyone getting in trouble for violating the non-interference requirements. So this was kind of a genius plan, the galaxy thought. So they sent out a call for volunteers. And many star systems raised their hand to send individuals to Earth to help with this project of raising the vibration of the planet. Now, this kicked off in the late 1940s. And the guides say that at this time, there were only a few. So starseeds were few and far between, but they were starting the process of coming to Earth, of incarnating as human and bringing their galactic frequency into this planetary realm, this realm of just incredible density. So over the next couple decades, this was a trickle. So not a ton of starseeds happening in the 50s, the 60s. So very, very few. This is what we call sometimes the first wave of starseeds. And so these are the starseeds who had it the roughest. They were bringing their very high voltage soul energy into the densest time on Earth. And the number of starseeds started to pick up as we started getting closer to the ascension threshold. So starting in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the number of starseeds started to explode. So we have seen a huge growth in the number of starseeds on the planet, and it is going wild right now. Y'all, there are so many starseeds incarnating onto the planet, so many starseeds who are waking up to the fact that there's something more, that they have a purpose here. So even those starseeds who were asleep are starting to wake up right now and take a more active role in supporting the ascension process. Now, one thing that's good to know about starseeds, there is no guarantee that a starseed will wake up. So when you come into this Earth plane, of course, as we all know, you pass through the amnesia veil, where we are stripped of all of our galactic memories, all of our multi-dimensional gifts, and have to relearn it, have to discover it while we are here on the Earth plane. So just because you are a starseed, there's no guarantee that that starseed will wake up. And so one of the biggest challenges to starseeds is to wake ourselves up. And that is what is happening on the planet right now with all of this incredibly intense galactic energy that is hitting us. It is watering the starseeds, and the starseeds are starting to sprout. So there are hundreds of millions of starseeds on the planet right now, according to the Pleiadians. And most starseeds, as we mentioned, come from 6 or 7 star systems. So most of the starseeds that we will run into in our daily life are Pleiadian, Sirian, Arcturian, Andromedan, Orion, Cassiopean, which you don't hear about very often, and Lyran. So generally, these are the star systems that are most closely connected with us, but all starseeds are here for the same purpose, and that is to support Earth during the ascension process. So this is something we volunteered for. And a lot of us, as we go through the awakening process, we start to wonder why we raised our hand. But we did that to be of service. Starseeds are here to be of service. So that is a little background on this Starseed program to help you understand why we're talking about starseeds so much all of a sudden. Where did this all come from? What is going on here? This is what is going on. And as we are getting closer every day to our final nudge into 5th dimension, we're going to continue to see the number of starseeds increase as the amount of light on the planet increases. So if you are interested in learning more about starseeds and how to connect to your multidimensional abilities, make sure you check out my Starseed Mastery Program. It will take you through all of the basic steps to opening your multidimensional abilities. You can find that on my website at peytonenergetics.com, right under my courses selection tab. So I hope this has helped you understand starseeds a little better, where they come from, and what they are all about. I'll see you soon. Bye.